Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Alex with Alex Nutrition, and who I have with me here today is Ricky. Now, Ricky's one of my good friends. He competes in, physique bodybuilding.
Yes, sir.
He's also 18 years old right now, lives over in Glen Ellen. What high school did you go to?
Glenbard West.
Went to Glenbard West, one of my rivals since I'm Glenbard North. But Ricky's a good guy, and what I brought Ricky on the show here today was to talk about where Ricky's at, what he's doing to motivate himself, what he's doing to push farther in life, what his struggles are, what his kind of ending goal is to where he wants to go, and some of the things that are setting him up for that, maybe some of the rough terrain that's in the way of getting to his goals, and just kind of figuring out what your path is and what your journey is. So I guess I could start off by saying you like to lift.
Yes, sir.
When did you get into lifting?
I got into lifting about my junior year of high school, but not really serious about it till about halfway through my senior year when I decided I was going to compete. And then I competed in March of 2014, which was right before I graduated. And it was a struggle, but lifting's just my outlet.
What made you get into lifting?
I guess depression, and just had to get all my emotions out in the gym and escape from my dark place.
Okay. Why were you depressed, and how did lifting help that?
Throughout high school, I never really fit in, and I guess I got depressed over that and didn't have many friends, many real friends at that. I got along with everyone I could, but I just felt lonely and just worthless, which is bad to think about, but lifting helped me escape that hardship.
And I'm sure there's definitely people out there that go through hardships, and especially high school. High school's a rough time.
Yeah.
I mean, high school, you're dealing with all this fitting in with crowds, and
yes, sir.
Maybe you don't view people the same way as they view you, or you're trying to be liked, but at the same time you're trying to stay true to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So when you usually try to stay true to yourself, you end up starting to come up with enemies sometimes.
Yeah.
But then you start weeding out the people who you really like being around and the people who you really don't like being around. So weeding out the people in high school is quite interesting. I kind of jumped around in high school from friendships. I never was in like a clique. I kind of just had like a couple friends that we jumped around to different groups and stuff, and that was kind of cool. But even then, I don't know. Anyways, but it's rough in high school, and I could see why you would lift and let anger out.
Yeah, it's not about how many friends you have. It's about how many of those friends are really your friends at the end of the day and will be there years down the road.
Yeah. It's you got a bunch of, what do you want? Like, what is it, a bunch of pennies or a bunch of quarters? Would rather have 100 pennies or 4 quarters?
I'm going for the quarters, man.
Yeah, I don't want to carry around all that change.
Less is more in quarters.
Weighing me down. So Ricky's been lifting now. So you're pretty new into the lifting world and everything. So how did you do it your first competition?
My cousin who competes, she actually put me in touch with the coach, and he is still a really good friend, and him and one of his business partners, they just helped me my diet, my training, helped me get on the right track to bring my body into the best shape. And it was an awesome journey. It was hard, but it was totally worth it.
How'd you do?
I didn't do that great considering I was 17 against guys that keep competing way longer than me. I placed 11th overall, I believe.
It's not bad, though.
Which
It's not bad for your first time in, man.
No, not
Dude,
at all.
you've been lifting for like a year and a half.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Not even seriously.
1 second here. And we're back. Sorry about that. I still am at work right now, and I still have to take care of business in the front of the store. But back to where we were, talking about high school, talking about Ricky, talking about what's going on in his life and being motivated and whatnot. So let me ask you this, Ricky. You tell me a lot about what motivates you, and I believe you told me it's your father?
Yeah, my father has always been a big part of my life. He's always been a busy guy looking for success and has been successful, so I want to live up to him and beat him out in the world, kind of. He's my competition, which is a good thing.
What did your dad do?
My dad is a stockbroker, to put it easily.
Okay. So he's pretty, what's the word I should use? Pretty successful in that industry.
Yes.
And so you're trying to emulate his success, and you're trying to bring your own success and make your father proud and everything. I mean, is that your mentor in life? Is that your role model, your hero, or
100% my role model, my hero, my best friend, the guy I look to for everything.
That's good. Now, You were telling me that you weren't going to school right now. Why is that?
College, I see, is just another sheep getting herded. Like, I feel, yeah, I feel like if I went to college, I would study for 4 years to go to a field that I didn't really have that much interest in, and then I would maybe get a job, even though finding a job with the college degree is still very hard nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the 4 years I spent in college, I could spend that 4 years doing something else to get better myself and become successful.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I didn't go to. I dropped out of college myself, and I learned a lot more on my own than going to school.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I have conflicting thoughts of actually going back. Maybe in something that maybe down the line, like, hey, I need to know this. Like, let me go take a class on it really quick or something. And then I think it's great for you. And I don't think college is for everyone. But I also don't think college is a bad thing either. I think it splits. I think too many people are going to college for the wrong reasons than the right reasons. You got to figure out what you really want before you go to college. And the real world is a real easy place to kind of figure out what you want if you have a strong mind to do it. Now, what kind of built you on your strong-minded mentality? I mean, do you read books? Do you meditate? I mean, I know you work out, and that's kind of a form of meditation in itself. But what motivates you, man? What drives Ricky to follow that journey that's going to lift him up into the skies and say, like, I've made it? What does that for you?
That every day that I waste not doing something that I love and not doing something productive is a day that's wasted because we get no time back. And just like with college, that 4 years, I feel like would have been a waste because that's 4 years I never get back. I'm spending money on school that I have to pay back in the end, and then I'm in debt, and then just a mess. So I need to keep my eyes forward, and just the fact that the world is mine for the taking depends on how much effort I put in.
Yeah, I mean, time's that one of those one things that we'll never get back. And I don't think a lot of people understand that we're never going to get this time that we have here on Earth back. So, I mean, you have to make every minute, every day as happiest and as most fulfilling as you can. And, I get in conflicts with myself sometimes. Sometimes you don't want to do anything, and your mind's like, no, you need to go do it right now, because you don't do it now, well, that's just another day down the drain and another day added on to being lazy or not fulfilling what you really want to do in life. So really, you're kind of trying to be a self-made man right now. So what sort of steps right now are you taking since after college to make yourself a self-made man and be successful? And where's your path right now?
My path right now is make as much money and save as much as I can, and then day trade a little bit, and hopefully further down the road open my own gym or some kind of company that's related to fitness. That's part of my goal, and that's just to start and go wherever that takes me and ride it out to the end.
Well, you kind of have a nice little helping point with your father and all.
Yeah.
With the financially and being a day trader, he kind of helps mentor you through day trading and everything in the stock market and whatnot. How's that been working out for you so far?
Haven't been doing it that long, but it's a journey, and the stock market changes, and you might get a pattern going, and then it just goes a totally different way, and you're like, what the hell was that? So you have to kind of think about it 5 steps ahead and just watch the charts, watch what has been happening with whatever stock you really like, because your money could be gone in the blink of an eye if you don't be careful.
Okay. Now, do you have any pressures on your life that makes you want to move forward, like family or any sort of aspect like that, where you're trying to move forward, or is anyone trying to say do this, do that? How he's all like, oh, family told me to go to college, or family told me to do this, or they told me to get a job. Do you have those?
Yeah. Like, it goes back just when I started bodybuilding. People said I never would, I'd never be able to do good in it. And when I competed in my first show, I wasn't planning on winning. I was planning on doing it just to get the stage fright and everything out of the way, and then find out where I am, and then move forward. Mm-hmm. And then with life is, I have 2 older sisters, and we are totally going in different directions. And we're all kind of been we're really kind of against each other. We love each other, but we're all trying to beat each other out and just being the better kid, being more successful. And it takes me back to one day, me and my sister were in the car arguing, and I saw a Ferrari go by, and I was like, one day I'll own a car like that. And she was just mad at me, and she's like, no, you won't. And part of my motivation is becoming successful, because successful people get to own things like that, material things that are just fun to own. And if you're not successful, you'll never own a car like that. You just have to. It's one of the perks of being successful is you make enough money, you get to spend some of that money on yourself.
Now you're not doing it just for the material sources.
No, God no.
Okay.
I want to leave a legacy.
I just like to, I like to. Not everyone's, it's about the money, and the money's fun to have to play with.
Yeah, the money is part of it.
Yeah, I mean, the money is part of it. I was told in my last seminar through Elliot Holmes, money these days is like a metaphysical power. It's how much metaphysical power you have is kind of represented by money these days.
Yeah.
I mean, how you've made things in life, like a hippie or something, or a guru of sorts that has no money, that's sitting under a tree, is influencing nobody. Because why? Because he doesn't have the money to influence anybody. So in order to influence people and push forward in society and progress, you're going to need money to do so.
Yeah.
And money will help you. It's just a matter if you use that money for good or you use the money for evil.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always good to have a nice base foundation and core values that will lead you to having that money for good and not evil. So you're not going to fail, are you?
Fail? Why would I fail?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, like, you're not going to fail.
Why fail when you can win?
Yeah, exactly.
Winning's always better. It's not you trying to be a sore loser. It's you. Winning is a sign that you worked your ass off, if you did it, and you're winning. So
you want to win.
Yeah.
You want to win. You want to take life, and you want to make everything out of it that you can. Because you might not have another one of these. And that's really why we come on today and we talk about this. Because I know Ricky, I've known him for a little bit now. Actually, I met him doing a promo.
Yeah, Anytime Fitness.
Yeah, Anytime Fitness for GNC.
And I worked out it for a week.
Yeah, and I ended up meeting him, and actually we became good friends after this. He comes in, visits me all the time, and I like him because his ideologies are very smart for an 18-year-old. You're kind of way out of your caliber for being 18 and how smart you are and the things you know and what goes around you in the world. And that's why I brought him on, because he does have a lot of success in him, and I see the drive. And I've seen him, before when I met him at Anytime, and I see him now. He's way bigger. I'm sure you're probably like a skinny kid in high school. Now you've got jacked.
When I started prep, I was skinnier than when I competed. Like, I was the scrawny kid.
There you go. And now adding that muscle on.
Yeah.
There you go. You get some ladies by adding that muscle on.
Yes, you do. Gotta look good naked.
Oh my God.
I'm going to the beach in 3 weeks. I gotta look good.
There you go. So really, in the end, is there anything that you can say to our viewers just about staying motivated, just coming through the struggles every day and just pushing forward? What would your 1 or 2 tips be that would help people stay motivated on, where they're going?
If you want to go somewhere in life and you have a dream to get somewhere, follow that dream. Like, no one's going to do it for you. Someone might take whatever you're interested in. Like, I want to open a gym. What if I don't? And all of a sudden another gym opens up and it goes really big. Like, that could have been me. Like, think about who's trying to beat you out, because there's other people in the world that want to do the same thing as you, and they're trying to go further than you. So it's all about, you don't want to hurt anyone in your line of work, but you want to outbeat them and just take your success to the next level and make people look at you and be like, look at this young kid, he made it. You don't want someone to look at you, like a family or anyone, and be like, oh, I know him. Oh yeah, he was still where he was 5 years ago. Like, you want to move forward. You want to be doing the same thing next year. You want to be further ahead.
Always want to progressing, because if you stop progressing, time's always moving.
Yep.
So once you stop, you're now digressing.
Yep.
So even if you stop and you think you're standing still and just chilling for a moment, well, you're actually losing time because you're not progressing anymore. Time's always moving. You might as well move with it or get out of its way.
Yeah.
So just stay motivated. Go out there, and like I said, big part of this video is we're just trying to say, hey, this is my story. This is Ricky's story. I'm just trying to bring everyone's stories together and show you that we're all here trying to be successful, and we're all here trying to be friends, and we're all here trying to make connections in this world, and we're trying to fulfill our life journey, because what really is it without fulfilling yourself?
Yeah, you got to have a passion.
Yeah.
You got to have that passion and take it to the next level, or else you're just letting it go to waste.
And a lot of you out there, you got to figure out what that passion is. Mm-hmm. What drives you more than anything else? What are you good at? I mean, you can watch my video on what's your passion. I mean, everybody needs a passion.
Yeah.
And, like, that's the thing. Most people are like, hey, what's your passion? Like, I don't know, actually. Think about it. Think about the passion. Really? You don't know your passion? Like, sorry. But just think about the passion. And think about what you love doing and go do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyways, this was Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for being on my show today.
Thank you for inviting me.
If you want to find Ricky, you can find him on Facebook at Ricky Borman.
Yep.
At Facebook, just type in Ricky Borman. I'm sure it'll come up. Do you have like an Instagram or?
Yeah, I do. It's actually at Ricky Borman.
At Ricky Borman. You're just your name at Ricky Borman?
Yeah, on Instagram.
And Instagram? Yeah. I don't think I got that. I got
Alex
Nutrition or something. That was actually pretty nice.
I was lucky.
So you can find him on there. If you want to follow him, you'll be still doing more contests for the NPC or?
Yeah.
The NPC
Quest
competitions.
for a pro card.
There he goes. He's on his way to his pro card. He's probably going to be the youngest kid with his pro card if he keeps it up.
I'm hoping.
There he goes.
One can only hope.
So thanks for joining us today, and we'll catch you again. But peace out, y'all, and we'll see you later. You see that little button below that says subscribe? Well, click it if you like my video.